Hey there, it's John from Imagine Crafts, and I'm here to show you how to combine a variety of different techniques using Imagine Crafts and Tsukineko inks to make this great card. So the first step of making this card is I'm going to show you how to make this variegated background, and this is using 3 colors of our Fireworks craft sprays. I'm just going to spray generously some pear tart on here, and you want to move a little bit quickly. And I'm going to spray my Lulu Lavender next, and it's okay if the colors mix up a little bit. And then I'm going to finish up with some grape jelly. So you see I've got this really inked up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip this up over here on the side, and I'm just going to let this all drip down. Now as you can see, if you have a little blank spot over here on the side, for example, you can just spray a little bit more on there, and I tend to spray the lighter colors and let them carry down more. But if you want to add more purple in here with like the Lulu Lavender, you can go ahead and just add a little more in until you get the desired look that you like. And I've got a paper towel down here at the bottom just to catch all this excess ink that's dripping down. Next, we're going to create our layered purple background here, and we're going to need 2 pieces of this. So I'm just starting out with my white cardstock, and I'm going to use my Versamagic in the Pretty Petunia, and I'm just going to go around the edge, and then I'm just going to use an ink blusher to just kind of blend that in. Now I'm just going to add some of my grape jelly fireworks onto here along the edge. This is just going to give it a little bit of a shimmer on there. And then I'm just going to let this soak in and dry completely, and I'm going to repeat this for my second layering piece as well. And the more that this dries, the more the shimmer is going to jump out as well. We have some flowers and some leaves, some petaloo, and we're going to need 2 leaves and 1 set of the flowers for adding on the little embellishment in this part of the card here. So for the leaves, I'm just going to start by picking up some aloe vera. And I'm just going to put this directly onto the leaf, and I'm just using one of our ink blushers for applying that on here. And then, to make the flower, I'm going to start with our turquoise gem. And I'm going to lift up the little petals, as you can see here in the middle, so I can get the color underneath there. Now I'm just going to fill in the top portion of this. And I'm going to use the turquoise gem, and I'm just going to highlight the leaf that I did first with the aloe vera. And now I'm going to use our Pretty Petunia again, pick some of that up, and I'm just going to highlight the flower. So I have my 2 leaves. I'm just going to use some of my fireworks in the pear tart. I'm going to add a little bling on here. And then I'm going to take my flower, and I'm going to add a little bit of my Lulu Lavender fireworks on there. This is my variegated lime green to purple background, and I'm going to stamp this floral flourish background from Kaisercraft right into the background. This is using our Versamagic in the aloe vera and the turquoise gem. And I'm also going to put this onto my small little layering piece that we're going to put the sentiment onto. And I didn't re-ink my stamp. I'm just going to restamp this down here, so it's just going to be a lighter version. Next, I'm going to take my sentiment stamp. This one's from Magenta, and I'm going to show you a quick little trick for getting multi-colors on here. I'm going to use one of our Memento markers, and this is in our elderberry color. And I'm just going to color in my words with the elderberry. Next, I'm going to take our Memento marker in the teal zeal, and I'm just going to color in the little butterflies. Now I'm just going to stamp down my sentiment. Now I trimmed this down and edged it with elderberry on the side just to give it a little bit of a finished look. Just have one more little embellishment that we need to color before we can start assembling our card. This butterfly was made using one of the Spellbinder's dies, and if you can tell also, it has been embossed at the same time. That's a great thing about using one of their dies. So I'm just going to add a little bit of my aloe vera on here again. Then next, I'm going to pick up some of the pretty petunia. And I'm just going to go right along the top of the embossed parts of the butterfly. And now the last step to our card prep before we actually start assembly is I'm going to spray some fireworks onto the background of my card. So this is with the pear tart again. And if you're using a cardstock that has a little bit of coating on it, you can see that kind of puddled up a little bit. I'm just going to pat that off. And just to pull in a little bit of the purple on here as well, I'm just going to mist the purple on here. And again, if you're impatient and need to get this card done real quick, you can just pat that off as well again. And have the colors just blending right in there. Now it's time to assemble our card. So I'm going to start with my first purple background piece. And then I'm going to add my second one on. As you can see, I am just eyeballing this, and I'm using the corners to line this up. So I have about a 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch along the edges here on both corners. Next, I'm going to add in our variegated background with our stamp on top of it. Now before I put on my flowers and my leaves, I'm just going to kind of eyeball down here to my sentiment so I can kind of get an idea where I want this to go. So I want this to go about right there. This way I know that I'm going to have a leaf coming off right here. And I can pop this back down and take a look. And I want to have one down towards the bottom of the card as well. Have a little bit of the purple showing there. And before I stick my sentiment down, I'm going to layer my flower underneath, just like that, so a little bit of it's poking up. And now, last but not least, it's time to put our magnificent little butterfly onto here. And there you go.